United States men's national team defeats Jamaica 1-0. Goal scored by Ricardo Pepi in the 5th minute. And right now we're going to be doing a post-match reaction. JD will be here very soon, the Jamaican JD, to talk about the United States. We're actually going to get JD's thoughts on the U.S. men's national team and their players. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Tactical Manager TV. Today we're doing the post-game here because Pete is busy working. He's busy working. I think there's a lot to digest about this game. One of the things I want to talk about is the fact that it wasn't pretty. And usually winning, right? Winning away in CONCACAF isn't pretty when you're playing against a team that's not easy, a very physical Jamaican side. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. The United States men's national team is not completely back on track, but I think this was a very important win in a very boring, scrappy game, a 1-0 win away. Winning away, something that we were told very often that was almost impossible in CONCACAF. Brett Oppenheim, how you doing, Brett? He's saying clear handball. I would be pissed if I was a Jamaican fan. Lucky for us, we're not Jamaican fans, so there's that. We're not. And again, Jamaica also got screwed over by the U.S. in World Cup qualifying. If you remember that game in World Cup qualifying, Jamaica did get screwed over by the U.S. men's national team because, again, it was It was a goal that they scored, a legitimate goal that was called off. That was in World Cup qualifying. He said, not a very impressive win, unfortunately. Would have liked to see more, but brutal field conditions. I'll take the W. Yeah, look, I'm going to put it this way, Brett. I am normally seen as one of the most pessimistic U.S. men's national team fans out there, right? That's what they try to say. They try to portray me as a ultra negative U.S. men's national team fan. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's okay. This 1-0 win is okay. It's a win away in Jamaica. It was a tough field. It wasn't an easy environment to play. It was scrappy. And the U.S. got that 1-0 lead, played well for a couple minutes, and then was able to hold on to the win. I thought we were going to win this game. I told JD, and we're going to talk about that in a second, but I never thought it was going to be pretty, the game. Right, JD? And how you doing? Welcome.
Thanks for having me yet again. And I, guys, hope all is well. I totally agree with you. I think your assessment before the game started was spot on. The field is terrible. We need to get a different pitch because we have quality players. And I do believe that because they surprised me today, I like the effort that they gave, especially after 25 minutes. I thought that when Johnny came out, you guys lost the control of the game. I don't know if you never wanted to play much more or you're trying to get off the pitch because it looks like you're struggling and you never wanted injuries and stuff. So I saw that. So I wrote down from 25 minutes to 48 minutes, you guys lost possession of the ball. Jamaica never had full possession of the ball, but they had chances on the ball. And you guys struggled to get control of the game. So I do agree with you right there that you lost possession of the ball after 25 minutes.
Yeah, what I was saying in the stream, I didn't write it down, so it's good that you have the minutes. What I remember was this. Up till the Jamaican penalty kick, which, by the way, anyone that missed the game, Jamaica wasted a penalty around the 10th minute, something like that.
Yes.
Matt Turner saved it. The U.S. played very well the first 10 minutes. Moving the ball well, looked smooth. McKennie was roaming around, playing very well. After that penalty kick, which was around minute 12, 13, 14, the U.S. started to drop off more and more. Johnny and Testament weren't really playing very well by any means, but once Johnny came out, Tillman was very poor in the double pivot till a point where Pochettino switched Tillman to the 10 and put McKennie deep. And that also didn't work too well, and the team just didn't seem to be doing great. It wasn't really functioning in that 4-2-3-1. And then in possession, the U.S. was very often playing a 3-2-4-1, where it was like McKennie as a 10, Pulisic was tucking inside of the 10. Well, I mean, the goal that the U.S. scored, Pulisic drifts inside, blows by one or two defenders, and puts a nice through ball to Ricardo Pepi.
Yes.
And Pepi kind of screwed over the finishing a little bit, but it still went in, so who cares? But overall, it's what I'm saying. I understand anyone being frustrated with the performance because it was a kind of an ugly game from both teams. It was ugly. But it's away in CONCACAF, and I would expect it to be ugly. I think the big thing for me here is that the United States won away in CONCACAF against, in my opinion, a top 5 team in CONCACAF. I think Jamaica is a top 5, top 6. I don't remember the last time this has happened in a competitive game, JD. I don't remember.
That is true, because remember you said it's the battle of the worst behaving teams. Because when United States goes away, they can't win games. And when Jamaica plays at home, they can't win the games or look convincing. So, and I had said to you, I will take the team that has a little bit more talent over the one that okay, they are going to do what they do, which is not play well. And I thought that we never played well today, but we still saw some sparks from players. So I agree with you. You got a win. It's a scrappy win. I thought that you were going for too much safe, like pass the ball in the goal. I don't know if you saw that. You did not take any shots more outside the box, like you were trying to get inside directly to pass it past Blake. What about that?
I think the US always struggled with one thing, which it might be what you're trying to say. It's that the US seems to not have a killer instinct in the final third. Very often you can get the ball up there, and that's when even someone asked me, who's better, Christian Pulisic or Luis Diaz? And then I said, I think the level is really close. I think Pulisic nowadays has been playing at a level that you can put him with very close to the best wingers in the world. And I wouldn't even put Luis Diaz as the best. There's many wingers that are better than Luis Diaz. But Diaz has one thing that Pulisic doesn't have, and most Americans don't have. He has that grit and killer instinct in the final third that he'll just eat you alive.
Yeah.
And Pulisic is a decisive player, and he wins games for you. I would argue he won the game for us today with Pepe there. But he doesn't have that. And that's with most American players. It seems to lack that killer instinct in the final third. And we didn't see that. The second half from the United States was terrible. Let me ask you a question, baby. Is it over? The U.S. is through?
Based on what I saw, because I think it should have been over, today, because I am just about to talk about Vasquez. Vasquez had an easy one-on-one with the goalkeeper twice. I think they made a bad decision with a one-on-one with Low was behind, and he just made a bad outside pass to Vasquez. I don't know who made that bad pass to Vasquez, but it's a one-on-one. So because we had Low and Oldgate messed up the play and gave it to United States in the 18-yard box. So really and truly, it should have been over. It should have been 3-0 United States in the end, even though you guys never played well, because we gave you 2 goals. So you failed to score those 2 goals. So I will say that I'm still going to believe that if Jamaica can put something together and put United States under pressure, maybe something can happen. But I will still say it's advantage United States, because they're going to be on a better pitch. They're going to be in their own elements. As you said, you guys plan to put us in the cold. So maybe it's going to be a little advantage to you. So I would say that it's...
JD. It's going to be chilly. It's St. Louis. It's not going to be super cold, but chilly. I mean, you got your little hood. I know you have that hat because you're holding, you're hiding your bald head, right? You're not cold. That's why you have the hat.
No. I'm not cold, but let's leave my hat alone. All right.
But I'm gonna say it here. I'm not gonna respect Jamaica right now. I'm just gonna say it.
You think it's over?
I think it is over. I think we'll go to St. Louis and the U.S. is gonna win. We're gonna have Weah back. Okay. That's gonna help. The field conditions will be much better, and I do think the U.S. now needs to make the final statement to close the year. They found a way to win in CONCACAF away, which in my opinion, even though it was just a 1-0 win, we'll take it, and that's good. That's what we had to go. Go there, get the win away against one of the top CONCACAF nations. I still think Jamaica's a top 5, top 6 team in CONCACAF.
Okay.
I would say
I agree with that.
I would say Jamaica's behind the U.S., Mexico, Canada, Panama, and then they're probably 5th or 6th with Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, yes. That is our actual ranking in the CONCACAF. So between Costa Rica and us. At this rate, based on what the results that Costa Rica had in the last couple of competitions, you would say Costa Rica is still above Jamaica. So we have to take like 5th or 6th spot, one of them. Yeah.
And everyone, make sure to drop a like in the stream if you haven't already. We have less than 200 likes. We should probably have over 500. Anyone wondering where Pete is? Pete's right next to me. This is Pete. No.
I heard people saying in the chat that I'm a black version of Pete, Yeah.
Pete You're not Pete. You have a better accent.
I am definitely not Pete, because Pete food kind is not mine, So I yes, and Pete said he eats my food kind,
But look, Jeff Carey thinks you're a beautiful man.
No, Jeff, just relax, just relax yourself,
GhostCard21 is saying this was an ugly win, but a win is a win. Especially, we all know dang well throat goat Greg Berhalter would have made this game either a draw or a loss. We need a true backup. BBL Shaq Moore over Malik Tillman. Yeah, we don't want Shaquille Moore back in the national team. But yes, a win is a win. And we, like I said, I really don't remember the last time the United States beat a CONCACAF nation away, a top 5 team, top 5, top 6. Someone can say Honduras in 2021. That Honduras team World Cup qualifying was horrible. They were the worst ones in the Ocho, the final 8. They were the worst ones. Dransfield is saying, let's be real, Tack. The football has been shit. No, it was. Me and JD agree with you. We said it.
I think everyone agrees with that. The ball was not good, but we just said that. I just said that I thought that in the end, USA should have won the game 3-1, 3-0 because they had 2 chances that Jamaica gave to them. Owl gave them one, and Damian Lowe gave them one, and Vasquez kicked the ball into Blake's arm. It was an empty goal with Vasquez and Blake alone, and then the combination between Vasquez and someone else coming from the left-hand side. All right, I saw someone in the chat saying about the stats does not say things. That means, Gina, you need to watch football. You said I don't know football, but I guess you don't watch anything. So you don't know nothing because it's not on the stats, so you never knew that those action happen. I was watching the game and writing down things. That's why people love me. That's why I have an audience.
Also,
so
what does he mean by stats there? Just saying shots? Because I can shoot.
Yes, because the shots they don't watch nothing. That's the problem, because that what I'm talking about was not on a stat sheet. So they did not know that we gave up 2 big chances in the last few minutes of the game. So go watch the football and stop eating. All right.
Anthony Robinson in the first half missed a chance 1v1 with Andre Blake.
And the biggest chance of the game that was saved aside from the penalty. So I don't think they watched games. So Cephas took 3 shots that are the worst shots in history. That held back Jamaica's team. Those were 3 stupid shots. Makes no sense. One bit he just runs down. So 3 of those shots make no sense. All right, so go ahead, Tactical, because I watched the game and I have all my stats.
Because I want to go through the players you're starting 11. Cubo Maker saying Christian Pulisic got beat the F up and did not stop. Yeah, he got hit a few times. I wouldn't say I've seen Pulisic get beat up more in CONCACAF. I didn't think. I thought that Jamaica, Mason Holgate got a red card later in the game, but he should have gotten a red card when he hit Busio with his studs before that. He got a yellow.
Yeah, the single challenge, yeah. But
that was a red.
It was balanced because I thought some challenges came in from United States early on that could have been yellow carded as well, and the referee let it go. So I think the referee was trying to balance out the game because it looks like it's a high intensity. Leon Bailey and Robinson had some problems here and there. So I could see where it's coming from.
Yeah, and then going on here, Vasquez shot from inside the box was so pathetic. This guy should never see the field. Yeah, that finishing from Vasquez was a bit bizarre to me. It looked like he was like a 55-year-old drunk uncle with tired legs in the last minute of the pickup soccer Sunday in the family barbecue here at home. He just had no legs, and he had just come off the bench. That should have been a rocket. He should have look, if Andre Blake makes the save, so be it. That can happen. But that weak-ass shot for a player that had just come in the game, man, out of everything, especially for such a big guy, like
for his size, yes, yes,
he's a pretty big guy, but that's what he did. That's just he hit a shot weaker than tactical manager right there, and so it's just you can't really be that way. But N1BBL3, that's a long name. I don't know what you're saying.
Thoughts on McLaren? He was furious. I thought that he said he had a game plan, and we have to say that they frustrated the United States from the 25th minute to the 48th minute. When they started the second half, they weren't in the game for 10 full minutes. So and then he started to make changes. So you could say that he struggled to get his point across on the team, but his intention was to get to see what his team is against top competition. So I think he's collecting datas. It's just frustration and his emotion getting the best of him. So I think he's here to collect data. So I know he's a level-headed person. So I think he's going to get the data that he needs and make the adjustments that he needs on the pitch, which is more technical footballers that don't rush to judgment to give the ball away.
I didn't even know that guy was still alive.
Steve McLaren. What, the coach?
McLaren. I remember
he was at your club. He was at your club winning trophies.
McLaren?
At Manchester United, yes.
When?
He was the assistant at Manchester United with Oli when they won all of the trophies. Give him put some respect.
Look like I follow who's the assistant. No, McLaren. What I remember, Steve McLaren. That's the thing. I don't remember him coaching a long time. What I remember him is that he was one of the worst English coaches of all time. He failed to qualify to the Euros in 2008.
Yes, that's the English, but he's still one of the most successful English managers because a lot of them don't win any trophies, and he still did.
They all suck.
Yes, but if you're the better out of all the worst, you're still the better, right? So I don't know. And he's good at resurrecting. He's good at resurrecting teams because he went to Newcastle, went to Netherlands, and he went to Middlesbrough and the QPR as well. Is it QPR? No, I think it's QPR. One of the two. Yeah, but he's the resurrector of things. So let's see if he can resurrect Jamaica to the level to beat United States in the next one.
No.
But you said it's over, and I'm going to watch the game with confidence.
JD, you guys are down 1-0 from the game at home. Unless Steve McLaren can pull the freaking Dragon Balls, he's not resurrecting this team.
Well, people, let Tactical know that at least Jamaica creates some problems. They won a penalty. They had a few openings on the corners and stuff. So let me say this: until Jamaica is down 1-0, then if they are not down 1-0, it's not over. At least let me put it that way, Tactical. If Jamaica is not down 1-0 away, it's not over as yet. I will concede after it goes 2-0.
Okay, let's get another win here. JD, we get a bumbleclat. Love your accent.
That's a bad. Yeah. No, he said he wanted me to curse that word, but he knows that I'm upset because I don't.
What does that mean?
It's like F off, or it's a swear word, and I'm not going to do it. So Genesis, I'm very sorry. I will pay back your 249 euros to Tactical, but I'm not going to say that.
So, look, this is a good question. What about tactics of Pochettino so far? So let's actually bring up the formation here. So let's talk about Pochettino's tactics. Unfortunately, on FootMob, I can't really drag the players in position, or maybe I can. I think I can do one thing. My lineup starting 11. Let me see if I can put up a starting 11 because I want to show how the team was playing. Build my lineup. Let me see if I can share. If I can share it. Okay, this might be it. This might be good. I think I can yep, this will work. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to put here on screen more or less so you guys can visualize. This will be fun. I never done this before in the stream. But let's talk about this. I'm not going to put names on the players here because I just don't want to do it. And I'm the channel dictator. But we essentially played in a 4-2. We played in a 4-2-3-1. Okay. And Turner was on goal. Scally was on the right. A-Rob on the left. Blah, blah, blah. Double pivot. So, when we were on our defensive shape, we more or less looked like this. I guess we could say that during the defensive shape, we had maybe you could say that they tucked in, and it looked sometimes like this, like a 4-4-2 on the defensive shape. But when we were in possession, this is how the team looked more or less. So Christian Pulisic
4-2-3-1.
Yeah, so Pulisic would drift inside. A-Rob would go wide. Musa will be here. And we would position ourselves like this.
So a 3-2-4-1.
Yes. So if I had to put names here, I'll put Johnny. I'm going to put the names so people can understand it here.
Johnny Testman.
This was Tessman. Yes, Tessman. This would be Reem.
Reem
So,
was
guys,
really high on the pitch, yes. So from left back to the defensive central line, yes, that's true. And
yeah, and we're gonna get the
Mackenzie
player
was very
ratings.
good.
We're gonna get to
Yeah.
player ratings. I thought Reem was not good, but we'll talk about that.
Mackenzie was very good. That
Yes.
kid is strong.
So look at this, everyone. So this was how the U.S. was playing in possession. For anyone that was concerned about the tactics, it was more or less like this. Weston McKennie and Christian Pulisic would have a lot of freedom to roam. That's why even the goal that the U.S. scored in the game, Christian Pulisic essentially drifted here. Weston was like back. Pulisic got the ball, dragged inside, and found Ricardo Pepi to score. But more or less, this is how we played in possession. I don't know if you guys like this format here where we show the tactics on it. So Mark McKenzie was playing as a central center back in the back three in possession. Scally was a right center back in possession. Tim Ream was out wide as a left center back. Tessman and Johnny, the double pivot, they would really hold right here. And then you had Pulisic and Weston and A-Rob. But the formation itself was a 4-2-3-1, a standard 4-2-3-1 like this. This was the standard formation. And then the defensive shape was more of a 4-4-2, like I showed. Like when we were defending, you would see Pulisic drop back, Musa drop back, Weston would be around here and Pepe here. And it looked more or less like this on the defensive shape. I think in terms of like the tactics that the U.S. used, that's more or less of the breakdown. I didn't think we pressed too much either, the U.S. We didn't really press too much.
No, they invite, what you guys did is try to invite Jamaica with the mid block. That's where I thought you guys showed your maturity or your knowledge of your players, your teammates. That's something that I wanted to see more from Jamaica. That you sometimes you press, but sometimes you leave the team to come into the mid block. I don't think Jamaica showed the confidence right there, and you guys won a lot of balls right in the start of the midfield third right there in Jamaica's off, and that's where you created majority of the problems. But you just don't have that key killer creator. I thought that Tillman would have been that individual when he comes on, but I never really saw it so much. Yes, but yeah, you didn't press so much in the attacking third, but in the midfield third, you pressed. So you invited them out of the low block and then pressed right there.
Dallas is saying, did they not press because of the field conditions? That's a good point. It could be one of the things that led to it. But at the same time, think about it this way. Yes, when the field conditions are poor, you might not want to be too intense so you don't get injured because there's an aggravated risk. But at the same time, if the field is poor, when you press, you generate more chaos because it's harder to pass the ball. So when you're pressing, it's much easier for you to create chaos and recover the ball in the final third against when they're playing out of the back when the field sucks. But you do have a point there. It could be that Pochettino might have been, hey, let's drop a little bit more, less intensity. Let's rest. We got a game on Monday. Or it could also be, you want to know another thing? It could be that we got the early lead, so you don't have to go all in. That's another
when
thing.
When I just came here, that's what I said. I thought that you guys dropped the intensity after the injury. I thought you guys you never wanted to lose any more players. And that's what I said when I just came in.
And then we're going to go here. Guys, if you enjoyed the tactical visual breakdown, we can always do that. I can tell Pete we can do that with Pete here, JD. It's something we can do.
Well, I made you great, I made you great again because you see all of a sudden you start talking out tactical things and people loving it. So I made you great.
They're gonna think you came here and you're endorsing Trump and you're gonna get everyone here in trouble.
Oh my God.
You said make tactical great again. Or worse, you're gonna get a lawsuit against me where Trump's gonna file a lawsuit against me for using
people. I never meant it that way.
Whatever you call that shit. But anyhow, back to the game here. Barney 7181, because I want to get to player ratings. I want to talk about player ratings. How can any proof match be played on that pitch? It's a shit pitch, but they do that in South America too, and teams play. But it was. Boys is saying the pitch was horrible more than ever. Yes, it was bad. Cubo Maker saying someone give JD a damn hug.
No, I did just stop with the two, but
Jeff Carey. Frank Kessler saying this team still cannot create without Gio at the 10. I guess. I mean, this is what. So Frank, I think for the first like 15 minutes, we actually created a lot for 15 minutes. We had two
Yes,
1v1.
no, it was mad dominant in the first 15 minutes. That's why I said the tie third and the 25th. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
That's the best spell.
We had a moment where Pulisic shot it over the crossbar. That was a good one.
Yes, that's the third one. Yes,
A-Rob on a 1v1, and we had
yes, and the goal. Yes,
that was
you
all in
got 3
15
good
minutes.
chances. Yes,
Yeah.
all in 30 minutes to be exact, because I have it on the paper. 30 minutes 45 seconds.
Yeah, but after that, you're right, Frank. It did more. It did because Tillman was there, so we had our other creator. So I guess we do miss Gio, and Gio should be back. Cubo Maker saying Mackenzie man at the match. We'll get to that. He was definitely one of the top performers. Probably, yeah. I guess like Pepe gets a bump because he scored a goal and Pulisic the assist, but Mackenzie was really good. Drensfield saying, to be fair, Triple G controls that game 60-40, but loses 2-1. Yeah, Greg Berhalter would have complete control of the game and lose it 2-1.
And come and tell you guys the pressing metrics.
A-Rob's chance also came centrally from Pulisic. Yes. Pulisic was drifting inside a lot and playing almost as a 10. A-Rob was the one providing width. I mean, guys, we just showed you the tactical breakdown. I can put that again on screen. When we were in possession, so every time we were in possession, do I have it on screen, JD? Yeah. Every time we were in possession, Pulisic was here. He was in here. A-Rob was here. Musa was here. Johnny in there, and then Reem, Mackenzie, and Scally. So every time we were in possession, the width came from A-Rob. Pulisic was inside, drifting around. Him and McKennie would interchange. It would just be moving around. Even the goal, the assist, Pulisic came from this side. He was more towards the right. But when we were in possession, Christian Pulisic was always drifting inside. Always. And he's very dangerous from central positions. But that's what we look like every time.
So do you think it's something that they have learned from the last time they played Jamaica, that maybe they don't have the creativity, so they're going to use movements more than anything else, rather than the actual individual creators?
Yeah, the last time we played Jamaica, Gio Reyna came off the bench and he got 2 assists. He created.
Because he was a creator, a single creator. But now you don't have him. You think that he used a system that confused people because they're popping up in places rather than they're the individual creator. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if he did that specifically for Jamaica. That's how he tried to set us. That's kind of like how he tried to set us up against Panama, Mexico. Mexico didn't work well because we had bad players. But when we beat Panama 2-0 at home, the tactics were similar, if not the same. Tactics. Caleb's asking, why is Richards not starting with Mackenzie? Chris Richards hasn't played a single minute for over the past 4 to 6 weeks due to injury. So probably Pochettino's like, I'm not going to put him right away here. Bad field conditions. That's probably why. I would like to see Mackenzie and Richards because Mackenzie looked really good. Adams is saying, I like the win, but going forward after this camp, do you see Pochettino integrating newer players like Campbell? Okay, I'm not reading that name because that could be that I don't know who that is, and I don't know if he's tricking me to saying. But to your question, let's not read it. I do think.
Let them know that I don't know Trump. Okay, I'm from Belgium. All right,
I'll get there. What's the name? So, I think he will probably integrate new players by March. Paxton Aronson is an option. Cole Campbell, if he continues to get minutes for Dortmund, yes, I do think he'll integrate new ones. Now, that name you said there, Zahir, whatever, I don't know. N1BL saying JD's a true patriot, MAGA. So JD's not American, guys. He can't vote here. Okay.
I'm from Belgium, all right? I am from Jamaica. I was born in Jamaica. I live in Belgium. I don't follow politics, all right? So, Philippa, don't tell them that I am following anybody. I don't know none of them, okay?
It's okay, JD. It's okay. But we're just living through intense moments here in the United States, but we're good. What's the status on Johnny? Is he good or injured? I don't know. I don't know yet the status. It looked like it was a knee injury. He did walk on his own, so that's a bit encouraging. He walked on his own. I don't know if they were doing it more to like as precaution. There's no status right now. Sean is saying, worried about Tim Ream and Turner. Could have been an L. Yeah, Matt Turner is interesting because he's really good at his shot stopping. But when it comes to coming out of the goal or playing with his feet, he is scary bad. The decision-making, the passing range, everything, the first touch. the dude is terrible and all that. The shot stopping, good. Made some nice saves and saved the penalty kick. But outside of that, Turner does not give me much confidence on him. Tim Ream, it kind of looks like he should be a backup at this point. I don't know. We'll get to the ratings.
Okay.
Don't you think the penalty kick was a little bit on him?
Yes, but he committed the penalty. Yes, he was a little bit
Turner did. Turner committed, not Ream, right? Turner.
Oh no. Yes, but I thought you were talking about Turner because you're saying about his slow, lethargic movements and all of those stuff, and it's kicking range. But what you would say that him and Blake is the two best goalkeepers in CONCACAF, like natural shot stoppers. Yeah.
Did Keylor Navas retire from Costa Rica? Yes, right.
Yes, he retired from Costa Rica. Yeah.
And Crepeau is the goalkeeper for Canada.
Crepeau is the goalkeeper of Canada now because so you think, okay, ask the chat who is the best goalkeeper in
Andre
CONCACAF,
Blake
no?
might be the best goalkeeper in CONCACAF in that
But
case.
both of them ain't good with their feet at all.
No, but Andre Blake is better than Turner with his feet.
Boy, I will do a research on that one. Because even today, both of them were bad with kicking out from the back.
So, Man in the Mirror says Vasquez and Bucio were pressing Blake at minute 88. Yeah, they were pressing later in the game.
True.
That is true. That's how we even got a good opportunity there. But they were also subs that came in at minute. They literally came in at minute 88. Cole is saying it's 4:30 a.m. in Belgium. JD up early. Well, JD's not up early. He didn't sleep. He watched the game.
I'm not going to go back to sleep because I already slept. So I'm going to leave out, bring my kid, and then leave out to work. That's how it goes. I'm going to sleep like 1 o'clock in the day.
JD, are we going to do player ratings?
Yes, we want to do so because I had some players that I wanted to rate. Okay?
Okay. But everyone, listen, before we do player ratings, make sure to drop a like in the stream if you haven't already, or if you're rewatching this, let us know your thoughts and your ratings. We're at 340 likes. Let's try to get it to at least 500 during the stream. And then probably as you're watching this later, it's probably close to 1,000 likes. And tomorrow we do have the 7 things we learned video of this game. But let's get to the player ratings here, the player ratings. And we're going to start the starting 11. Then we'll go to the backups. And remember, we're going to rate from 1 to 10, and 5 is average. So if someone gets a 5 rating, it doesn't mean they were bad. They were just average. Okay, let's just make that clear. JD, we're going to do this. We'll take turns of who goes first. So Matt Turner, you'll go first. What's your rating for Matt Turner from 1 to 10?
Matt Turner, he had saved the penalty. He came out and off his line and came a few times, and also came out of his box a few times when your back line, specifically Tim Ream, got caught out after the eye line. So he did a good job. So even though you wanted to beat him, I want to say that he's fighting for the man of the match. So I will say that I'm going to give him a 7.7.
Okay. Yeah, and remember, like, the ratings you give, like, it's your range. You put whatever you want. So Matt Turner, for me, he looked super shaky at times with the ball on his feet when he came out of goal. So when you see all of that, it does give you the tendency of giving him a poor rating because of that. But let's put it into context here. He saved a penalty kick, which is something tremendous. That's essentially like scoring a goal for a goalkeeper, saving a penalty kick. And he made some difficult saves, even like in a corner that it was almost an Olympico goal from the Jamaican player. And he was safe for most of the game. I'm going to give Turner, man, it's weird because usually with a performance like this, we would give a goalkeeper like a 9, right? Usually. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give Turner an 8. He held the clean sheet. Yeah, he held the clean sheet, saved the penalty.
So you said all of that to give him more than me.
Yeah, and I know, like you're saying here, he conceded a penalty kick, but it was on a situation on a 1v1. If he didn't concede it, they probably would have scored.
Yes,
and he saved the penalty kick. So I'm going to give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. Now let's go to, let me see who's next. Let me go to Anthony Robinson, the left back. We'll start the left back, then we'll go to the right back. And here's the thing with A-Rob for me. I thought defensively he was good. He usually is good defensively. At least I don't remember him making any big mistakes defensively, A-Rob. But I don't think he offered much going forward today. He was horrible in tight spaces, as always. He's not really press resistant. Like when you press him, you press, he farts. And it farts nasty. It comes out very bad, very nasty. And A-Rob, in my opinion, he wasted maybe the best chance in the game, or second best, first or second best chance. It was a 1v1 with Andre Blake.
Andre Blake, yes, Andre Blake. Yeah.
I'm going to give A-Rob a 5.5, slightly above average because of his defensive work mainly. But 5.5 is the best I can do for A-Rob.
I think I have to go a little bit higher than you. I thought his defensive work today was good enough because Tim Ream sometimes have some problems and his recovery speed is lightning fast. I think he's actually one of the fastest players on the pitch. He's impressively fast. All right, but I can't give him above 6 because, as you said, one of the biggest opportunities right there. Given to the United States was given to him 1-on-1. He just needed to put past Blake, and it would have been 2-0 and maybe a completely different game. So I will give him a 6, a little bit higher than you so far.
Okay, not too much. Like, so you're saying he was above average?
Yes, just on the line of average because he was bombing forward and linking 1-2 plays. Not so much crosses, but 1-2 plays. He was comfortable in the attacking third. So I will give him 0.5 more.
Okay, next up, Joe Scally, the right back that played as a third center back in possession, wasn't really going forward much. He went forward a little bit more towards the end, like the 88th minute or so. But I thought Scally was solid defensively. He wasn't going high up the field like A-Rob, so he couldn't really offer much on offense because he wasn't really going. But nothing like spectacular or terrible. Obviously, the pitch doesn't help. I'm gonna say Scally's like a 5. Like some people are giving him a 3, 2. I didn't think Scally was bad. I didn't think he was bad. I thought he was a 5. I thought it was an average performance from Scally. Average, did his thing.
5.
He gave away the ball for the wait a second. They're saying he gave away the ball for the penalty kick.
Penalty,
yeah,
yes,
but look, giveaways. Many players had giveaways throughout the game. Everything that led after the penalty kick, it wasn't on him. And there was a lot of shit that went down after with Tim Ream, McKenzie. McKenzie lost the 50-50 duel. Matt Turner conceding the penalty. I don't know if we can blame him for the penalty concede. I'm giving him a 5.
I can agree with you because what I like with Pochettino, and maybe that is something that you're learning about Pochettino's style, Robinson will always be the active bombing forward winger, but the next one will be a retainer. And I thought that Joe Scally, the last time, if you guys had watched him against Jamaica, he went up against Cephas. Cephas just has pace, nothing much else. And he really destroyed him in that game. This time he had Damara Gray with him, and I thought that he did well around there because he pushed Damara Gray a lot of times inside. So he did well. So I think a 5 is fair. A 5, I will agree with you on the 5 right there. I can't give him a 3 because he did something on the pitch.
What did you give him?
A 5. I agree with you because he held Marshall Damara Gray, which is a very good dribbler, inside the pitch, so you can win back the ball to start your plays in the midfield turn. So I have to give him a 5. I know that people only look at attacking as what you had told me, that people only care about attackers. I think he was a guide today out of the channels, the wide right channel to inside right channel, so it's easier for you guys to take the ball from Damara Gray.
Okay, and then let's go through another one here. The two center backs for the U.S., Mark McKenzie and Tim Ream. And this is interesting now because FootMob has McKenzie with a 6.8 rating and Tim Ream with a 7.1. And I think anyone that watched the game and has at least a quarter of their brain, just a quarter, you don't need a full brain, just 1/4 of the brain, you could see that McKenzie completely outplayed Tim Ream. I thought McKenzie was a lot better than Tim Ream. I actually thought Tim Ream was quite poor in the game in many occasions. I'm gonna give both ratings right away. I'm gonna give McKenzie I gave Turner an 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give McKenzie an 8. I thought McKenzie was great throughout the game. The penalty kick, I had a bit of an issue with McKenzie there with the penalty kick because he does lose that 50-50 a little bit too easily, right? I understand. I'm saying McKenzie, guys. I'm saying not McKenny, McKenzie, Mark McKenzie. But I thought despite that 50-50 that he lost, that Turner conceded a penalty kick, I thought McKenzie was mostly impeccable. Plenty of interceptions, winning most of his duels. Good on the ball, too, when you needed to pass or dribble into space. I thought McKenzie was great. I'm giving McKenzie an 8. But Tim Ream, I'm not going to be too harsh on him, because I think saying Tim Ream was horrendous is not fair. But I'm going to say 4.5, slightly below average for Tim Ream. I didn't think he was great. So I'm going to give 4.5.
Mackenzie, you gave Mackenzie 8, just okay, and then you give Tim Ream a 4.5. I got to disagree with the Tim Ream. I think the Tim Ream slander, you have to stop there, Tactical. You have to give him a little bit more than that because he tracked back to slow down Leon Bailey.
That's because you two are probably the same age and you're just defending your people.
He did things on the pitch. Remember, he's an integral part of starting the plays high up the pitch. He was dropping in holes, and even though he's old people. He's old like before Christ type old. But he was fast today. I don't know what they gave him. America has something punching in these players with these old age because I saw him running past Leon Bailey. All right. So you have to give him some credit, even for that, just that one run, Tactical. You have to give him something. All right. I am going to give Tim Ream 6.5. I thought he did a lot more than what Filippo giving him credit for. But Mackenzie, I will agree with you that Mackenzie, he was almost flawless. So I'm going to give him 7.8. No, 7.6. 7.6 because I gave Turner 7.7. 7.6 I'm going to give him. But definitely I agree with you that Mackenzie is better than Tim Ream in the game. Yeah,
because Tim Ream is really old right now. Right, talked about before the dude went through. He probably went through 2
pandemics. But he ran past Leon Bailey and he ran past several other persons. So stop having problems with old people. All right, what you have against old people?
How old are you, JD?
It doesn't matter how old I am. Stop talking about old people. Let me do. Oh my God! He told me, guys, before we came on. He told me that he stops giving trouble. He's the new messiah of the
USMNT Gandhi. I'm the USMNT Gandhi.
USMNT Gandhi, and he gets worse.
No, but I think JD might be. Yeah, he might be, but might be 56 maybe. Okay, back here to the game. Johnny Cardoso. 20 minutes. It's hard to rate his performance. I don't think he did much for the better or for the worse. Simple passes in the midfield. Oh, no. Johnny actually had a really bad giveaway early in the game. Had a bad giveaway, and then the U.S. recovered from it. I think it was like the first 2 minutes. Outside of that, he mostly played it safe. I don't know what to give Johnny a rating there. And he got injured, apparently knee or hamstring injury. Not sure. I would have to just say 5 because he was just there for 20 minutes. Probably just average. He got lucky that giveaway didn't become anything worse. But after the giveaway, he looked fine. Are you going to rate Johnny or not?
No, I'm not going to rate him. I agree with you, so I don't have to rate him right there.
What about Tessman? What's your rating for Tessman?
I thought that Tessman's physicality really stood up today. I heard that you're disrespecting him and stuff. I thought that his vision with the double team coming to him, he dealt with it well. So I'm surprised that you never wanted to rate him. I thought that he made his safe passes, track back, put in shifts to black lanes. I actually like him. I thought I would have given him a 7. His size on the day really affected Latibody here. So I'm very surprised that you never wanted to give him more credit. So I'm giving Tessman a 7. I like his play, man. I think you don't give him any rating.
They're saying the giveaway was Tessman, not Johnny. Tessman might have had a giveaway, but I thought early in the game it was Johnny. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna be a bit harsher on Tessman. I'm gonna give it like a 5.5, a 6, 5.5 around that. I didn't think he was bad. I thought he did a good job helping protect the back line. Had some good moments in possession. Again, the field sucked, and it was a tough environment to play. But I thought he played a good role, played most of the game, and helped us get this win. I'm going to give him like a 5.56, slightly below average. I thought he did a good job overall. Yeah. But it's again, like, yes, the field did affect a lot of performances, and some players looked a bit scrappy. Like the game looked scrappy, and I'm giving him that rating. Let's go now to McKennie, Weston McKennie. What I found about McKennie is interesting because in the first 15 minutes, when we were actually playing well for the first 15 minutes, I thought McKennie was really good during those 15 minutes. He was playing as a roaming playmaker, moving around well. It looked to have some chemistry with Pulisic. He knew how to read the game when Pulisic was driving through. He knew where to position himself to create space. That beginning, McKennie was probably like a 7 or an 8. And then after that, he kind of started to drop off more and more, started to do more defensive work. There was a moment where he started playing the double pivot because Tillman wasn't playing well when he came in for Johnny. So I'm going to give McKennie probably like a 6. But he most of the game was like a 5 average, doing his thing, like everything. But those first few minutes, I do think I need to give him credit for that. I thought it was really good the first 15 minutes. So I'll give him a 6.
Agreed with you. I thought that, especially over the right-hand side, he was exceptional picking up positions when he cancelled out like 2 players at once and had that inside cutting pass at all times. At will, he had that inside cutting pass. That was when United States was on the advantage. But once it drops off and the physical plays start to come in, I saw that it bothered him. I thought he wanted to coast through the game. And United States never let him because they lost the marbles at some point, and it goes to a physical game. And he was not up for the physical game today. So I thought he wanted to come off a long time on the pitch. So a 6, I think, is fair. A 6, 5.5 is fair.
Yeah, I think if he kept playing the way he played the first 15 minutes, I don't know how much Tillman being on the field affected him too. If he kept playing the way he played the first 15 minutes, he's probably going to get like a 7 or 8. He was really good in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, man, agreed.
Yunus Musa, why don't you go first on Musa?
Musa is becoming the Bobby Reed type player of United States. Like, he's a hybrid player, can play 6'8", out wide, central, even Cam as well. If you put him there, it looks like he can play a striker. I think he's really becoming an intelligent player. He was switching with McKennie most of the time. So when McKennie comes out wide, he was the one that picking up on that central attacking midfielder role. He drops deeper, looks comfortable. His passes was cleaner. Obviously, I wanted him to try and cut in behind a few more times. He got in behind, I think 2 times, and was blocked off by Bell. But he just lost a step on it. But if he had read it a little bit better, it would have been even better, a super game for him. I like that kid. I think he's a special player, and he has place going for United States. I think he was actually one of the better players on the field. I'm going to give him a 7.3. I like Musa. Really, really like Musa. 7.3. Yes, I like him.
Man, I think that's where we're going to disagree again. I thought he was okay. I thought he was okay.
Let me put a poll in the chat. Let me put a poll in the chat and see if everyone don't agree with me. Musa is a baller.
I just don't remember what he offered on the ball, like, for the most part. He didn't offer much today. Again.
But he got in behind Jamaica on the right-hand side, over Jamaica's left-hand side behind Amari Bell twice. And he was the one that linked up 3 plays. He had 5 contributions in behind.
I thought he played his role there out wide. He helped protect. He helped defend a lot. He went back and forth, but he doesn't really. He can't pass. Like, he's not a good passer. He can't cross. He can't do much in the final third. I just don't know. I think there's talent with Musa, and we see that multiple times. But I thought he was kind of average today. I'm giving Musa a 5. I thought he was average.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought he was average.
I'm going to watch it again, and I'm going to call you and tell you that the Musa slander need to stop.
Yeah, he did a good work, like, defending and everything and going back and forth. I just don't think he offers much. That was my issue. If I want to be generous, I'll give him a 5.5, but I'm just going to go with a 5 with Musa. And I hope Weah starts next game out wide. I hope. Christian Pulisic. You want me to go first, or you go first?
Ooh, yeah, go ahead, because for a long time I know that he's just your favorite player. He's your favorite player. Go
Well,
ahead, go ahead.
I have many players. No, I don't have issues criticizing Pulisic. I have before, especially with the whole Greg Berhalter saga that he endorsed him. But I'm giving Pulisic an 8 this game for a couple reasons here. This was a very bad field to play, and it makes it much harder. It makes it much harder to play when you're a technical player, right? When you're a player that likes to dribble through defenders and create,
Mm-hmm.
it's much tougher when you're playing a shit field. Christian Pulisic was hacked all game long. He got hit many times. I don't know how many fouls he drew, but he was getting hit pretty damn hard. And his assist was a moment of brilliance that got us the win. It was a brilliant assist to Pepe, and I'm pretty sure he put the through ball for A-Rob also.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been like 2 assists. Decisive, didn't score while getting hit in an away game. Yeah, it wasn't perfect. But again, he was one of the main reasons we won, and could have gotten another assist. I'm giving Pulisic an 8.
An 8. Okay, so at this point you're tied for him to be the man of the match. I can't disagree with you. I thought that the entire night the referee never really did him any favor. Some people would call him a crybaby because he was going down. I saw at one point when Lembekisa literally dragged him back, physically stopped him, and the referee never punished Lembekisa, which I thought that was a yellow card and a fair yellow card. But I thought he should have got on with the game a little bit too much, a little bit faster, because he would have done even more damage. But he really let the Jamaicans got into his head, and it affected his game. He could have gotten a 9 easier in the game, because once he's on the ball, you clearly saw that he was the best player on the pitch. Like his quality and the form that he's in, you could clearly see that he's the most talented player on the pitch when he's on the ball. But today he wanted to cry and complain about Latibod here taking big tackles out of it on him, so just leave Pulisic. If you're watching this clip, leave the crying alone. You're a big baller. That's how it goes. Messi don't cry when he gets kicked. Yes, I will agree. He gets an 8.2. I think.
Yeah, he has like a
8.2.
whiny face sometimes when he falls, but he did get hit many times. Yeah, I thought
Yes,
Pulisic was.
It's true, but he needs to stop crying. Okay. Strong mentality, Pulisic.
I mean, he endorsed Berhalter. You can't really have that strong a mentality when you endorse Berhalter. But he's great. And again, he is one of my favorite players. But I thought he was really good today. Ricardo Pepi, you go first.
Pepe, I was on my channel earlier, and I said, in order for United States to get more damages, they don't need a static striker. They need a moving striker that can be comfortable over the left-hand side and the right-hand side, because you can take Damian Lowe out of position. And Pepe did all of those things. But because he played Damian Lowe before, and he scored 2 the last time. So he knew it, and I thought his runs was very good. I know you don't. At first, you said something about him, so maybe you're going to be opposite on this one. But I thought that Pepe was solid. His runs was good, and I have to give him a 7.5. A 7.5 for Pepe. He gets the goal on the day, and he had good runs. And if it's up to me, I am using him back as the starter in the next leg.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, he's much better than Brendan Vasquez. Like, Brendan Vasquez apparently doesn't even have strength in his legs anymore. You saw that shot. But yeah, Pepe, overall in the game, Pepe's a player that relies on service. And the U.S. gave up on playing after minute 15 or 20. We stopped playing after that. So he didn't get much service, but he got a chance. He scored, got us the win, took care of business. That was his job. If he doesn't get service, there's not much he can do. He helped. He pressed when he had to, helped on defense. I'm giving Pepe a 7.5. I thought he was
7.
good.
Okay,
yeah,
same as me, 7.5.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Let me quickly go through the subs, but we're not going to go through all of them. Like Zendejas and Trusty, they played like 4 minutes with added time and not worth it. Malik Tillman, I thought Tillman was very poor. I thought he made, like, when he was subbed in, the midfield started to look disjointed. It seemed like it didn't fit in. And then he started in a double pivot with Tessman, and it wasn't working. Pochettino switched him with McKennie. It wasn't working. He switched him back. It wasn't working. So I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna have to give Tillman maybe even the worst rating here. I might give him like a 3.5 or 3. It was I didn't see anything. I think there was one good moment from him where I wasn't even watching at the time because I was changing the title of the post game, and someone said he got fouled. Like towards the end, he got fouled. But like, yeah, besides that, maybe for whatever that's worth, he was really bad.
I agree with you because when I was watching the game, I said, "Oh, Tactical told me that he's the Leon Bailey of United States because when he plays very good in the Champions League and then he comes on, that's the reason why I had after 25 minutes, United States just lost the composure of the game, the control of the game completely, and I thought it was down to him. He couldn't hold his positions, and he was changed in 3 different positions and never held it down." And I thought he never wanted to double sub him to drop his confidence. So I agree with you. I think he was actually one of the players that you could call one of the worst players on the day.
Yeah, so Tillman gets a 3. Gianluca Busio and Brendan Vasquez. I thought they were very active. Like they didn't really do anything that good. They were putting in effort. Like we said, there was a moment they were pressing late. They pressed late in the game. We had some opportunities. Vasquez had a really poor shot. He was in the right place to get that shot, but it was a terrible shot. There was another moment where Pulisic put a through ball for Vasquez. It wasn't really a good ball from Pulisic by any means that moment, but then Vasquez screwed it over with a terrible cross. They played enough minutes where if I gave Johnny a rating, I should give them a rating because it's like a little bit over 20 minutes. I'll give Busio like a 5.5, and I'll give Brendan Vasquez a 4.5. I thought Busio was a little bit above average, and Vasquez, I'm sorry, dude, you come in like with those 20 minutes or so, get that weak-ass shot, don't offer much, not winning your aerial duels as far as I can remember.
Only credit he got the red card. He got the red card on
the second yellow. Yeah, the second yellow.
Yes,
right?
He got the second yellow. So that's the only thing you'd say he created that moment. But aside from that, I think you can't miss that empty chance that you got.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more to add there. But everyone, that's the recap. For anyone that asked about JD's channel, it's in the description of this video. It's We Max It Football. There's also IMAX It Football. There's 2 channels, but I put We Max It Football.
Is perfect.
Yeah, I put We Max It Football in the description so you guys can go there, subscribe, check out his videos. A lot of CONCACAF coverage you guys will love. And obviously, he's going to be doing his breakdowns of this game and previews to the second game because there's a second game on Monday between the United States and Jamaica. Everyone, don't forget to drop a like before you go right now. We're almost at 500 likes. So when I close this, hopefully we hit 500. And then they're asking, of course, how could I forget? What about Pochettino's rating? And this is a good one. Let's close with the Pochettino rating. Let's close that. Pochettino's rating. My opinion, starting 11, I thought he did great. I thought that was the best starting 11 he could put out. Weah was not available. So if I had to put like starting 11, tactics, 10 out of 10 for the starting 11. He got the result away from home, so that should be like a 10 out of 10 for that criteria. Johnny got injured, and he had to choose between Busio or Tillman, essentially, because he doesn't have Aiden Morris. He didn't bring Leonard Maloney. He didn't bring Tyler Adams, and he chose Tillman. It didn't work. Maybe Busio would have been a better option, sure, but I don't think he was expecting Tillman to shit the bed, as always. I think it's fair to give Pochettino the same rating as the top players, McKenzie and Pulisic. I think an 8 is fair to Pochettino. Okay. It was good. Maybe he should have thought about like the depth of the roster, like having Cade Cowles and Dejas and Brendan Vasquez doesn't help much. I guess Vasquez, we get it. Balogun's injured, Sargent is injured. But you didn't really need Zendejas and what's his name, Cal. You probably should have brought like Leonard Maloney and Paxton Aronson. Those would have been good options for this game if you're trying to hold the result. But I'll give him an 8. I could have given him a higher one, but I'm just going to give the same rating I gave the best players. I thought it was good.
Yes, agreed. I think an 8 would be very good because the fact that he's new and he conjured up a system that really dominated the first 30 minutes. And you can't blame him for an injury. You understand me? So he never planned for that. So I think he's still at a 10 out of 10 at that moment. But obviously the changes that he made really never helped themselves. And he made those changes. So you have to take away something from it. And after that, he still got control of the game. So I think he gets that 8 for me. I agree with you. I will stay on the 8 as well.
Yeah, I think if we got a better win there and he had a bit better options off the bench from the roster selection, I think I would be ready to give him a 10 because you got to win away in CONCACAF. But look, for his first competitive game in charge of the U.S., I thought it was very encouraging. I thought it was good. I thought it was positive. And someone said here in the chat that Maloney actually got injured. You're right. Maloney was injured. I forgot who said it in the chat. My bad. Maloney is injured, so that's why he wasn't available. Intact Brazilian Ghost gave JD a 10, Intact an 8. That's fine. JD's the guest. He killed it. He knows the American players very well. And JD, I truly appreciate it for you being here today, replacing Pete. You did a tremendous job. You did a really good job. I thought you were really good, and you know your shit with the American players. JD, thank you very much.
But you should stop saying that because I'm a guest, I should win. I won because I am good.
Okay, they were nice to you today. Thank you for watching, everyone. Drop a like before you go. Subscribe to JD's channel. The link is in the description. On Monday, we have the live watch-along, and then we have the post-game back at 11 Yanks. And maybe we should tell Pete to bring JD. We'll talk to him. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Have a good night.